the level of Buddha's teachings during Shakyamuni's time, the type of teachings give is also different. And if you look at the different countries of Buddhism, different Buddhist countries, even the type, which yana, which vehicle of Buddhism that they practice predominantly is also different. Example, the Tantras are practiced very much in Northern Buddhism. In China before, Korea, Japan, Tibet, Nepal, Mongolia, the Kalmykia lands, very much practiced. Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, very much the Tantras are practiced. The Mahayana systems is practiced throughout China, Vietnam, parts of Cambodia, Laos, all these places. And then the Theravada tradition, the Theravada yana, is practiced through the southern regions, combined with some of the northern regions a little bit. So even the type of Dharma that this Buddha taught manifests differently according to the dispositions of the cultures and the peoples at the time. And some more, that's a very good question. Also at the same time, the type of teachings that we're having now in 500 years, in 1,000 years, will also change. And having said that, the time of Buddha's teachings will last 5,000 years. 5,000 years. That's broken down into Leu, or 500-year time periods, as predicted by Lord Buddha. One Leu, according to scriptures, is 500 years, each lasting up to 5,000 years. Buddha himself, Shakyamuni, predicted that the true teachings of what he has taught, it will last in its purity, meaning that there will be still masters around where you can learn and gain attainments, not the remnants of Buddhism. See, there are some places in the world just the remnants of Buddhism are there, but the masters are gone. Why? If you just have statues and pictures and you just have stupas, Buddhism is not there. Not there anymore. All right, so many places in Malaysia alone, if you look, there are many temples, many Kuan Yin, beautiful temples, no one to teach. There's no knowledge. You just go there, offer incense, and get lost. That's about it. So if you get your fortunes told there, then you come back, and if it works, you go back, you give some gifts there. If it doesn't, you get lost. You look for another temple. Very simple. That's not Buddhism. So what happens is that you have Drebugi Leu, Drubegi Leu, Lungi Leu, and Taksamgi Leu. Means the first one is, Drebu means result period. The second one is Drube, is accomplished period. Third is oral transmission. Fourth is Taksam, means period of science. Within the first period, you have Drajongpa, means Arhat. The second period, you have Chinmay Wang, means a state of Arhat and Bodhisattva level, very easy to obtain. The third one is called Gunshu. Gunshu means Arya level. So during that period, it's very easy to achieve Arya level. First 500 years is very easy to achieve Arhat stage. That is during Buddha's time. Buddha's time and immediately 500 years after his demise. During that 500-year period, anybody who practices Dharma, very, very easy to achieve Arhatship. So that's why at that time you hear about a lot of people who become Arhats, Lohan. That period, very easy, Buddha predicted. The next, that's 500. Next, so 500 to 1,000 years after his demise, Buddha's parinirvana, you have the Chinmay Wang, a state between Arhat and Bodhisattva level. So during that 500 years, for people who practice sincerely in Dharma, it's very easy to achieve Arhat and different Bodhisattva levels. Then the next period is Gunshu. It's the 1,000 to the 1,500. During that period, it's very easy to achieve any type of Arya level. Arya level means one who doesn't have to return back to samsara, whether a bodhisattva, whether a pratikaya, whether a shravakaya, whether you're whatever. To achieve a state, you don't have to come back easily. After that, from the 1,500 year to the 2,000, for the 1,500 year to the 2,000, it is called Shetup. Shetup is, during that time, the realization of emptiness, impermanence, is very easy to achieve. If you do meditations and practices, you'll be able to gain those attainments very easy, which are the basis for higher attainments. Then in 2000 to the 2500 year, Tenginzen. Tenginzen means what? During that period, easy to attain shamatha, which is awareness. Awareness meditation. The other ones, the higher attainments, become less. The lower attainments become easier. Why? During that time, the lower attainments are given. Become a bodhisattva, lohan, you have to have awareness. But you see, when you reach this period, all those attainments become harder, not impossible. But what is still possible is awareness. And so, the next one is Tsurumgi. Tsurumgi Leu. Tsurumgi Leu is 3,000. So 2,500 year to the 3,000 is where we fall right now. And during this period, it is still easy to hold morality. Not as easy to achieve wisdom, not as easy to achieve shamatha, not easy to achieve arya or lohan. Not that easy to achieve those states. Can, but more effort, less people achieving that, less signs of people achieving that. But still at our level, we're able to achieve holding morality, which is very important. Morality is the basis of awareness. Because when you're not holding your morality, you're running around sleeping with everybody, lying, stealing, killing. How can you have a clear, aware mind? How can you be still? Without having a clear, aware mind, you cannot see anything. You cannot see any Buddhas, no visions, nothing at all. Nothing. So if you're stealing from everybody, you're sleeping with everybody, you're lying to everybody, you're cheating and you're killing, how can you have morality? If you don't have morality, you cannot gain awareness. Definitely you cannot. So what happens is, now we're at the level of Tsudum Gileu, meaning the time where still holding morality is possible and easy, and you'll still feel and see a lot of people able to hold the vows. Still. Then the next step is Lungileu, which means Lungs is achieving morality in shamatha, very difficult. But popularity in listening to texts regarding wisdom. And during this period, all right, between the 3,000, 3,005, 4,000, 4,005, and 5,000, no attainments. People cannot attain attainments anymore. Very, very rare, if none. But they still like to listen to the Dharma. And they still like to hear it, they like to attend, but no attainments. So during the 3,000th year to the 3,500, you'll be listening to wisdom texts will be very, very popular on this planet. People love anything to do with wisdom and wisdom texts and wisdom teachings. 3,500 to 4,000, they will be loved to listen to texts Dödegilung. Dödegilung meaning anything related to shamatha, vipassana, clearing of the mind, calming of the mind, no attainments. Listening, enjoying, engaging, no attainments. Then, from the 4,005 to the 5,000, the last, just before Buddha's teachings will extinguish from the earth. Taksam Gileu, meaning only outer signs. Meaning the 4,500 year to the 5,000 and on. No one will listen to the text anymore. There will be no Dharma teachers around that are qualified. You'll have charlatans. All right? And there will be no lineage. There will be no oral transmissions. There will be no more initiations. All that will be gone. And any lineage holders will be gone. During that time, you will only see temples, statues, monks not holding vows. You will see temples only after money. You will not see any purity in ethics. You will not see any attainments. It will be only signs of Buddhism, but no Buddhism. Then after the 5,000 year, it will be a dark period. Dark doesn't mean the air and the earth is dark. It means no Buddha's teachings will be alive anymore. So Buddha has predicted this step by step by step logically on what period of time Buddhism will last, how long it will last, and what will be predominant. That's how logical Buddha is. Predicting the demise of his own teachings until the Renaissance, until the next Buddha, Lord Maitreya will appear. When Lord Maitreya appears, there will be no teachings on the higher sets of tantras, no Yamataka, no Vajrayana, no Hiraguna, nothing. Only sutric practices. So it is said right now, why do you see less of Mahasiddhas? Why do you see less of Bodhisattvas? Why do you see less of Lohans? The period of time for them to manifest and become is less already. That's why in the past you hear more of people becoming that now is less. Buddha already predicted this. You don't think, oh, the Tibetans made this up. No, this text is translated from India thousands of years ago, where Buddha predicted this. Incredible. That's the Buddha's mind. Can see the past, the present, and the future simultaneously. So when you take refuge in the Buddha, you are taking refuge in a person who has full knowledge, omniscience of all that exists. Nothing is unclear to his mind. So right now, these texts are translated thousands of years ago. And Buddha already predicted that at our period, the 2,500 to the 3,000, not many arhats, not many lohans, very little vipassana, very little shamatha, morality still can. And look at us now. Which Dharma senses do you hear? Oh, someone became a bodhisattva. Which somebody became a lohan. But in history, in China and all these countries, you've heard of people, oh, that happened, that happened, this person became enlightened. Why now no more? Buddha already predicted this during his lifetime. That's how incredible his prophecies are. So if you love Nostradamus, switch to Buddha-Dhammas. This is all predicted by Lord Buddha's holy mouth himself. And I gave you the time period exactly as he predicted. He even gave a name. Difficult or no difficult is depending on your perception. It is more difficult Mentally, physically, it's getting easier. So yes, it's more difficult. Why? The causes and conditions for us to leave samsara is becoming harder as things become easier. So what this prediction is meant for is if we waste our time now on frivolous activities and we don't engage in Dharma practice, even if we come back in our future lives, the teachings will be less and less and less. At the same time, if we want to wait for Maitreya, the higher sets of teachings not available. So remember, the first period, you can attain arhatship very easy. The second period, arhat and bodhisattva. The third one, already become arya. The fourth one, you like to hear text on wisdom. The next one, the 2,000 year, you like to hear things on shamatha and practice. On the 3,000 year, 2,500 to 3,000 year, you can only hold morality. From then on, from 3,000 up to 5,000, for 2,000 years, Buddha's teachings will still exist in only paper form. No attainments can be achieved. We are at the last period of Shakyamuni's golden age. Last period. So if we waste this period, you think next life, next life, next life, you're silly. That's why the lamas tell you don't waste time, commit yourself, do your work, spread the Dharma while we can. Because if you come back after 300-400 years and spread the Dharma, you'll only spread the Dharma. There will be no attainments for anyone. So if we sit here and waste our time and not be committed, this has all been predicted by Lord Buddha. All. Clearly. Very, very clearly. And Buddha has no pride or anger. Why does the teachings last this long or how long? Because of the merit of the people that is involved on this planetary system. The destruction of his teachings on this planet doesn't mean the destruction of his teachings at other planets or other universes or other dimensions and other existences, just here. Nothing can be done to avert it here, but if we practice well, there are other places we can reincarnate. Not necessarily here.